Hello, hello, welcome in. It's Jessica, and you're here with Career Coaching with Jessness. Welcome back. This is a series that I started a few episodes back. This is the third episode in this series where we talk about how to use ChatGPT to be a better employee. I personally have seen tremendous growth in myself and being able to maximize what I'm able to do by working with these amazing tools and having discernment around the tools. And I want to show you just how messy you can be with the prompts. If you have dabbled in any of the chat GPT world, you probably have a few, top 10 prompts to use as a plumber, whatever your career is, top 10 prompts in HR, in sales, and blah, blah, blah. And they're just sitting there, right? They're just sitting on your desktop or in an email somewhere. And my take is drop the perfect prompt crap and just go for it. Just try. You can always reiterate on your prompt, give it more context, give it more direction, give it more insight to what you really want, and it can rewrite it. It will give you that second and third round to where you can refine it to get the result that you want. So if the first response isn't great, or if you're like, this is not helpful at all, give it a little bit more info. Help it to give you what you want. And overall, I've seen just it's helping me work faster, smarter, and really up levels me so that I'm able to work on projects that really need my brain power. And it frees me up to do some of the stuff with chat that speeds it up so that I'm not wasting all of my brain power on some of the smaller kind of administrative or cognitive overload type stuff that comes up. So in the previous two episodes, we went over some tips. I'm going to share verbatim what my prompt is, and trust me, you'll see how messy it is and how doable this is. So I'm going to share 3 more tips today, and I want to hear at the end of the episode, share with me what prompt you're loving or new prompt that you tried at the end of this episode by messaging me on Instagram at Hello Jessness, and I want to learn from you. I want to hear what's working and what you have found successful or tried, and we can learn together. All right, first one is tough conversations. Who doesn't love a good old tough conversation? One of the ways I like to use chat is asking for ways to phrase and set myself up for that conversation. So to give you some context, I have leave coming up at the end of this year, and the leave is for maternity leave. So I am pregnant and I am due in January. So there's a lot of prep and conversations and planning that is happening right now. I'm also I'm putting myself up for promotion. So there's 2 things colliding, right? My personal motherhood portal of change and discovery, and then this new level at work and going for that. And it just so happens, being at the end of the year, this is promotion submission time. So it's an interesting positional thing to be part of. And so I wanted to have a really upfront conversation with my manager about how to have a professional conversation without emotion involved. And as you can imagine, when you're planning to welcome a baby into your world and all the change and shifts that comes with that, there's a lot of emotion involved. There's also a lot of emotion just because I really care about the work that I do, and I really value career growth and being able to showcase what I've been able to do and continue to make an impact, because I plan to come back. I'm coming back after this maternity leave, and I've said it here. I've said it once. I'll say it again. I've been saying it to all my coworkers and my manager, but I wanted to have a conversation where I come and am being able to showcase my strategy, leave the emotion at the door, and just be as clear as day, succinct, and to the point. So here's the prompt that I put into chat. I'm nervous about telling my boss I'm pregnant on Wednesday for our mid-year meeting. I'm going for a promotion this year, but I'm also confident I earned this promotion. The promotion window typically happens right after I'll be leaving on maternity leave. How can I phrase the announcement of being pregnant while still holding still, see, it's messy, in confident and confident that the path to promotion is going to continue and the pregnancy won't inhibit it at all. I want to come across as confident and also address the elephant in the room that my pregnancy and the promotion are happening at the same time. But I'm still expecting and anticipating hitting all the marks to earn that promotion. Okay, messy, a little bit squirrely there, but just wanted to give some context to talking with my boss Wednesday. There's a promotion happening. I'm pregnant. I want to be going for and hitting all of the marks that comes with earning that promotion. But I also want to point out to my boss in a succinct, clear way that, look, these two things are colliding. And how is this pregnancy, this life change, going to impact this promotion? So that prompt gives chat a really good understanding of what we're playing with. And then chat was able to give me back some really succinct guidelines. It gave me a lot of stuff. So I actually asked it to then, hey, bullet point this out. And then I took that information and then absorbed it and said, okay, what of this is going to be worth it for me? Where does this not sound like me? Where can I tweak the language so that it speaks like me? And I was really comfortable with the end result. So I went into that conversation on Wednesday with a lot more thought process, a lot more background, and an overall understanding of what I wanted to get out of the conversation. So if you've got a tough conversation with your boss, with your peer, with your sister, with your boyfriend, husband, wife, whatever, use it. Use it as a just way to get your thoughts out. Here's what I want to do. Here's how I want to sound. Here's the impact I want to make, and see what comes out. See if there's a new angle or a different way that you hadn't thought about it that really helps you to get your point across. And I find that if you're an overthinker or like to analyze something from all the different sides, or just have a hard time expressing your needs or wants or asking for help, it's a great way to get some thought partnership around it without any fear, right? You're asking a robot. It's not going anywhere. You can ask it in private and see what comes up and help refine your messaging. All right, second tip today, writing evaluations for the end of the year. So writing evaluations are not fun. It can take time. It is tedious. It is difficult to remember what we did in January, let alone had lunch yesterday. So writing evaluations, making sure they're robust, is a great way to use chat to help think through how to phrase what you are reviewing from your year of accomplishment, and ask it what else you might be missing to help make that evaluation on a goal more descriptive and to help tell the story of your accomplishments. You know, we can look at performance evaluations at the end of the year as this big, ugly, boring thing, which they are, and we can think about it as, yes, it's tedious. Yes, it takes time, but it's also an opportunity to celebrate all of the work that you've done. So let's reframe end of year performance evaluations as this big annoying thing on our list that we have to do, and rather look at it as, here's a chance for me to tell my story of what impact I made at work. What are the goals that I accomplished? What, because of those goals being accomplished, what was I able to then impact throughout the organization? What changes was I able to influence? And use that as a self-reflective tool. Use that as an opportunity to look back and celebrate all the things that you've done. So it's not just for your boss, it's for you too. And so one of the things that I used it recently when I filled out my evaluation was this. I said, help, where did I put it? Help me make this more robust and be a thought partner in how to phrase this accomplishment. Help me think about what else I could be missing to make it more descriptive and help tell the story of this accomplishment. Think about what impacts I might be able to add in here. And so it gives you a whole bunch of info. Information for the sake of information doesn't have any value, right? We're not looking to add more noise to the mix here. We're looking to have it help refine what we're trying to say and really center the biggest accomplishments that we have here. So being descriptive and adding metrics and adding measurements where possible, adding examples or stories or specific situations. So it gave me a bunch of crap, and then I was able to look at that and say, all right, what of this is true? And what of this is going to be able to showcase the story of my accomplishments best? Okay, the third and final thing that I've used it for recently is one of the things that I'm doing in my side gigs. So I work as a global learning and development leadership strategist and corporate career coach by day. And by night, I do these podcasts. I work one-on-one with people, and I have a speaking career, and I also write books. So I have a lot of things that I'm doing. And one of the things that I'm focused on end of this year and also into next year is really refining what my brand is and doing a lot of research on what are the things that I'm solving by writing my books, by hosting this podcast, by offering speaking opportunities and book club events for people. And so I needed a thought partner in to help me think through some of the things that I'm testing right now. And so I just brain dumped all the things that I'm thinking, and then it helped to refine some of these areas around branding for me. So it said, or here's what I prompted it as. This episode is brought to you by my Brain Dates, one-on-one conversations where we figure out your next move together on a variety of topics. You can learn more on my website, jessnessrequired.com, under the Work With Me tab. Help me think this through. So right now, I'm currently testing 3 different topics for my content strategy with 3 different beliefs under each of the topics. The topics are career advice, breakups, and self-discovery. I know that eventually I need to niche down and solve one problem for people so that people are super clear on what I can help with. But for now, my plan is to build following, share all my interests in the form of belief-based content, strategy, and posting, and then see what takes off and what resonates most with me, while also testing what I enjoy posting about the most, what comes most natural to me. What I'm having a hard time with is throughout the week, I'm posting a little bit of everything, and I'm not sure if there's an overall brand through line with each of these items. Is this an issue, or should I continue testing all 3 options, all 3 topics, and give it some more time to think if there's a leader that pulls through? From there, I can then hunker down on that leader topic and then promote the branding beliefs under that category. So that's that. It's just a ramble. It's all my thoughts. It's giving where I'm currently at, where I want to go. And you can see that this is messy, right? And the chat was able to give me some ways to organize this approach. It actually did say, when you're first starting out, do not niche down. Share all of the different aspects and elements that you're interested in, and then go from there and see which one resonates the most, right? Because a big part of it is I have so many interests. You can thank my Gemini rising for that, but so many different interests that there's a bunch of different directions I could go, and I'd be happy with 10 of them. But what is going to be the best match for my passion and what I've lived through, my lived experience and my wisdom, and how is that landing with you? And then from there, whatever you pick up on and resonates and there's a match is what I'll eventually niche down to and be able to refine my offerings. Because if you go on my Work With Me page on my website, there's a ton of stuff on there, because right now I do have a large catalog, right? It's, the menu for me, if my if my offerings were a menu, it'd be Cheesecake Factory, right? It's not like a small raw bar in New York with three things on the menu. That may be 10 years from now, hey, I just focus on personal branding and interview strategies and self-discovery, right? It may niche down to certain things, but for now it's a Mod Podge. So those are the three areas, tips. So tough conversation you have coming up, help it to rephrase what you want to do there, help it to think through how to be succinct and what outcome you want. Writing performance evaluations for the end of the year, have it help you phrase it so that it's super specific. I will share just one little tip on that too. When you're writing your performance evaluation, think about if someone were to read your performance evaluation that has no idea who you are or what you do, in that performance evaluation, will they be able to understand what it is you accomplished? That's a great way to kind of level set and see, okay, am I being descriptive enough? Do I need to add more measurement, more examples, more impact into that evaluation? So taking that approach and looking at your evaluation from a standpoint of, this person has no idea who you are, what you did. If it makes sense to them, chances are you're on the right track. You've got enough descriptions in there. And then third is a thought partner. If you are thinking through a strategy or an approach or trying to write out what your project steps are going to be, just brain dump it in there and say, help me think this through. And those are the three tips for today. So it's your turn. Let me know what tip, what prompt you're using right now or have tried out, and let me know what that is on Instagram. I heard someone using it the other day for something really cool. So I really love feng shui, and someone had uploaded a photo, a drawing of their house and the different functions, and then had chat provide examples and suggestions on how to use the elements and the feng shui aspects to enhance different parts of the house. I just love that. I think that's so cool. So however you're using it, I'm a big nerd on this stuff. So let me know, and just take care. Just take good care. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you on a future episode. All right. Thanks for being here.